has. A quiet first 45 and he's given the ball away cheaply there, but wins it back. Chowdhury. Burrows, a give and go from him. Harmer unable to find him. Chowdhury comes across. Time for Harmer. Sariki is the option. It's pretty even Steven, isn't it, in terms of shots and shots on target. Sheffield United dominating possession again in this second half, probably even more so. Burrows with the ball in. And Nelson, who's on loan from Leicester City, who themselves have their own relegation issues, could be heading back to the Championship. Sheffield United came here full of confidence, particularly on the road. They're actually looking for their 7th successive victory away from Bramall Lane. They won't panic yet. A lot of bodies going forward here, but Sariki's got to try and make something of it, and he can't. These supporters have come here the last couple of decades, but it may be they have just one more season here at the Kazam Stadium. They're hoping to build a new stadium. They put in planning permission, and their chief executive Tim Williams was saying this week, we desperately need that new stadium. We need to own it and control it. They don't do that with the Kazam. We need a hotel and facilities. And he cited Blackpool, who are in League One, who own their stadium and have a higher turnover, nearly 50% more, in fact, turnover than Oxford, who did actually announce a big turnover, a record turnover, in fact, of 8.5 million. In the last calendar year. Just saw Matt Phillips behind there with the beard, injured today. Got taken off at half-time against Middlesbrough due to picking up a knock. He was actually playing wing-back. Oxford playing with 3 centre-halves up at Middlesbrough. Gary Rowett has had to shuffle it in recent times due to the injuries that he's had, the disappointing results. Don't want to make too many changes, I don't think, to the way the game is going so far. As we head towards the hour mark, another important landmark for Oxford to get to. It won't be too long before Chris Wilder starts throwing the dice in terms of substitutes. Sariki. Hellick with the header. He's trying, you could see, to put it out for a throw-in. Brown enabled him to be pleased it's only a throw-in. So we do have a change, and Vinny Souza is coming on. He missed the last three, but he's been training all week, and the Brazilian, such a big player for them, comes in for Hamza Chowdhury. No great surprise there. And Jezarum Raksaki is another introduction for Chris Wilder before the hour mark. And he had a little look, didn't he? Not totally pleased with what he's seen, and so two fresh bodies out there, full of quality. Raksaki on loan from Crystal Palace. Sheffield United corner. Two subs hoping to get involved. Back in it goes. Puchetta trying to get something. It's broken for him nicely. Puchetta, well, he got away. He's got a free kick. I don't think he's get anything more than that. There will be a yellow card, but I'm not so sure. I think they want a red card, but Mohucic, I think, had players behind him. Just for a moment, Puchetta looked like he was up against the last man, but then he came in field. And that certainly wasn't a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity, despite the protests of the Oxford man. Gives Oxford a bit of respite, though. An opportunity for their defenders to just take stock. Just confirmation of that other substitution, Brereton Diaz, the man going off for Raksaki. Sariki. Raksaki will chase that. Not too much on it. Well, they've been so good, haven't they, Sheffield United, in recent times. I suppose it's inevitable that they're going to put in a performance that their fans will believe is a little bit substandard. 11 wins in their last 14. Their last defeat was back in February to Leeds United, and that was a game that Chris Wilder's side were ahead for quite some time, and going to the last 20 minutes felt they could win it. They ended up losing 3-1. They haven't lost on the road since New Year's Day, and that was at Sunderland. But these are the afternoons, the scruffy afternoons, when you're not flowing, not playing well, and you just have to grind something out. Maybe a point will be a great result for Sheffield United, who knows? Maybe they can turn it around and go back to the top of the table. But at the moment, Oxford are liking the look of the bottom, looking to extend the advantage that they had at start of play, which was just 2 points to the bottom three. Raksaki goes down. The assistant referee makes a decision for the ref. You just feel through pure weight of balls into the penalty area from corners, free kicks and throw-ins, and something is going to break for Sheffield United. See, the wind is getting up a little bit in Oxfordshire. The coach is behind the goal that will take the Blade supporters back north to Sheffield. What will the mood be like this evening? It's taken short, straight into the wall, and the referee Seeing something he doesn't like here. Well, Cameron Brannigan, the captain of Oxford, is questioning. Looks like he's going to make the free kick be taken again. It was Robinson who went to ground. I can only assume the referee must have blown his whistle before the free kick was taken. Straight for goal this time it goes. Peck wins the header. Oxford try and get it clear, but it's so many bodies behind the ball at the moment. Fujeta will run and chase, but he knows he was always second best. It's flicked on. Opportunity here for Sheffield United. What a tackle from Brown. Absolutely brilliant. On the big centre half, he's playing as a full-back this afternoon, and what a moment that was to stop the run of Burrows, who was looking to pull it across for Brewster, who's in the 6-yard box. Well, they may have struggled for goals at times this season, but Oxford do have some terrific defenders. So far, so good for them that they've got to hold tight again. Dembele surrounded by Sheffield United shirts, and no great surprise that the ball goes out for a throw in to the visitors. Well, it just feels one-way traffic at the moment. And I wonder if Gary Rowett is thinking about possibly taking one of his forwards off and stiffening up the midfield. You just sense it's all Sheffield United, just edging ahead in terms of shots. And I have to say, they haven't created too many clear-cut opportunities today. Palmer. City Peck. Those possession statistics will probably continue to go higher and higher for Sheffield United, but they will be almost totally irrelevant if they don't get a goal. Raksaki. Sat on the bench in recent games, no doubt frustrated, keen to prove a point. No minutes at all in the last couple. And an opportunity here. Well, he was stretching. There was some sort of contact on it, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Tyrese Campbell, it was for Sheffield United. Just got away from him, didn't it? He needed the sweetest of contacts to beat Tommy. It's a lovely moment today for his dad, who so sadly passed away. It was Arsenal going to face Everton at Goodison Park, and after 9 minutes they all stood and applauded for Kevin Campbell. I'm sure he will have heard about that prior to kick-off when he was preparing for this game, or will do afterwards. So changes for Oxford, and Romeny is coming off, and it is a forward who comes on off, I should say, for a more defensive option in Alex Matos, on loan from Chelsea. Played the full 90 minutes at Middlesbrough at the weekend. And Kiefer Moore is on. Campbell's touch just a few moments ago was his last.